Welcome to my colored pencil tutorial. If you've seen the Copic Markers version of this, then you'll have gotten a lot of the reasoning behind why I shade the way I do and where the light falls and all that sort of thing. This is just going to be a short version of that, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit of how I color with colored pencils. And I do it a little different than some other people, so I thought I'd let you know what that is. My big deal with colored pencils is keeping them really sharp. I don't like to let the pencil get very waxy and very built up, so I just go layer by layer and lots of, really super light touch with the pencil. And I'm, as you can see, constantly sharpening my pencil to try to get the sharpest point I possibly can. That lets me get into a lot of detail, but it also makes sure that I don't get a lot of the streakies that you can get if you end up getting a big old fat round unsharp point, because then you're going to be forced, in order to actually get colored pencil down into all those little white divots, those little white marks in the paper. Those are going to come through when you have a fatter pencil. But you can stop and fill them in and sort of make little circle squiggles to color those little spaces in when you color with a really sharp pencil. So rather than put you through watching me sit here and color like this, I'm going to do a little bit more of my my solid coloring, and then I will come back and show you how I do some of the really soft feathered edges and stuff, as in the skin on this little guy. Oh, there's my kitty coming to visit. See you in a little while. Okay, so I decided to come back before I got finished with that part. I wanted to show you a little bit about how I'm going to do the color. On the other videos that you'll have hopefully seen, I try to do a warm gray. And since I don't have a warm gray pencil, I'm using a regular gray pencil. And I'm coloring just kind of a base coat of that pencil color. And since I want to warm it up and I don't want it to be a cold gray like that, all I have to do is add to it, with another, of course, very sharp pencil, some brown. Doesn't have to be really even. It can just be some splattered on little hair color there. And it comes out very similar to the other colors that I got with the Copic markers. And that's Punch in the background, if you can hear him on the camera on the audio, because he's just wanting very desperately to jump up on this table. So any moment I may need to take a break and throw him out of the room, because this is his time of night to come and visit me. But we'll keep going until he jumps up and annoys us. Okay, so, whoop, there he goes. I start out with a very light flesh colored pencil. Hello, Punch. Trying to color in most of the body the same way that I did with the markers. I have a feeling the cat is going to be a severe distraction here. Yep, there he is. Punch, you're making me crazy, buddy. Yeah, I think it's time to stop. Alright, I'm back. We'll see how long that lasts. He's not very amenable to being tossed out, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm coloring very lightly. Very light. And that gets easier to do the sharper my pencil is, and I'm coloring super light. I'm not sure how much you can see on the camera, but I'm coloring really lightly, because I don't want any strong pencil lines to show. Well, guess who's back? Oh, he's making this tutorial a real big pain in the drain. Hold on, we'll be back. Okay, third time's a charm, right? So here we go. We're going to continue with the coloring of these areas. Now, if your pencil starts getting a waxy buildup, it's going to get harder to blend your color. So you don't want to get really heavy with it. You want to color all the areas in, but you don't want to get very heavy and thick with that coating. Because once you do this, you're going to take your brownish color, whatever color you choose to use for the hands, that sort of thing. Opted not to use pink because with colored pencils I tend to get kind of silly with pinks. So I'm going for at least a little brownish color, but I'm keeping it very, very light. Just on the hands, a little bit on the head, and then I'm going to pull in a little bit of this color into his body too, into all of his little hairs, just to kind of tie a lot of the colors together in the whole image. And then do his little feetsies. So the last of the soft areas that I want to fill in is going to be the white hat. And I'll put some really soft white, soft gray color in those same poofs that I used for the Copic tutorial. And then we're going to put the final touches on this in just a moment, but I need to go away and prepare something before I come back to you. So, hold on just 1 second. Okay, we're back with baby oil. This little cap from the baby oil jar, I just put a little bit of baby oil in it, and when you put it over top of the colored pencil, it just blends them together. It doesn't do it as smoothly as the Copic markers, but it definitely improves the blending of the colors that you've used. Now this little stub can be bought at any craft store. Some people use a Q-tip, but I find a Q-tip doesn't get into the tiny areas, and I'm a detail colorer, so I like this little tiny nub a whole lot better. When you get into the areas that blend softly into white, this works pretty well in smooshing that color around. And I'm going to go and finish smooshing this image around with the baby oil, and then I will photograph it and finish up this video so you can see the whole thing with the finished image at the end. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope to get better at making these tutorials. These first ones were quite the trial and error, trying to figure out what to do and how to make it happen. But I appreciate your sticking with me. And if you have any feedback, please provide it, because I'd love to know what I can do better that would be helpful to my friends. Alrighty, you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.